Hello and welcome. This is Ruth Hamilton, and today I have the magnificent Mortice Gift Box die set from Tonic Studios. As you can see, it's an absolutely massive die set. There are two A4 acetate sheets completely packed with dies, and I'm going to give you a little look through them and then we'll see the lovely box that this makes at the end of it. But first of all, I would say, as I've said in quite a few of my videos before, because there are so many dies on both of these sheets, I'd advise you just to take a little photograph of both of them before you start, because there are so many, they're very difficult to get back onto the sheet again. So first things first, you will notice that you'll get a set of instructions. Now, they may be slightly different from this. I don't actually even have the packaging or the proper instructions because I've got this early from Tonic, but they're fairly easy to follow. Just one little bit there that I will clarify for you in my instructions, but it's very, very easy to work this out. And I'll set that aside and show you the card. Well, I'll just bring one piece in to show you. You know this colour, I love this. Turquoise Lake glitter card and bright white I've used. So first of all, there is, well, you can see from this very large die here that this isn't a tiny box. This is the lid of the box, and it's going to turn down at the sides there. And I'll measure this across and show you first of all that that is just slightly over 16.5 centimetres square. So that's quite a large lid, and there it is when I have it cut out, and you can see from the size of my hand that that's not a tiny box at all. I actually thought when I looked at this it was going to be so tricky. The first little part, I must admit, stumped me for a minute or two and I got a little help on it. But it actually works out really, really well, and it is actually a magnificent box. It's fabulous. So, let's see what we've got. You know, I always like to have a look through these dies as well to see if there's anything else that you could do with them, as well as the actual item that you're supposed to end up with when you use them following the instructions. And obviously you can see here absolutely fantastic layering dies. Some of these are have got edges on them and some are verso, so they've no edges. That would be the patterns there. But you can cut these out to make different layers. You can cut them out to create patterns, and you can also make frames with them as well. So just by using different combinations of those, you can end up with all sorts of sizes. Now that is from this lovely little dotty edged one here, and the outside edge, it has an outside edge on it, and then I used a smaller one just to cut that frame. But that's just by the by. You can use these for lots and lots of different things. And then there's this gorgeous little rectangular pattern as well, and this little one. I actually am absolutely astounded that there's so many different things in here that can be used for so many other things. But for now, I'm going to get on to showing you what I've done to make the little box, and I'll just show you first of all this one. If you read the instructions here, it will tell you that you've got to cut this die out 4 times. Now that actually creates the sides of the box. So I have got it 4 times here. Move this over. And here it is twice, and the other 2 I have already put together. So what you want to do first of all is fold this over like so, and then we'll just burnish that. There you are. And then on this long score line here that's coming up into the point, sorry, we'll fold these back first, but on that long one there, you'll want to make that a mountain fold. And again, it's very important to burnish these really well. Then we'll have 2 valley folds, one either side of that. So this is what you end up with here. And now you just want to flip that over and put glue along this edge here, and well, you can do it on both edges here, but I'd like to just put a little bit across the end here a little bit here, and then right along this one, and turn that over until both those ends match, and you've got this little shape. So I'll go ahead and put the glue on. Now you'll want to put these two pieces, just fold them down like this, and then they will sit at right angles. When you have it turned over, they'll sit at right angles to the rest of the piece. And I'm going to go ahead and do my next piece. This is where all these pieces join together, and if you imagine that these are the mortise, the little joints, and just put some glue on the edge there, because I always like to err on the side of caution and add more glue. But you can see here, see there, there's a little, in the little peak there's a little area where you can add this mortise in. Just push that through there, and you'll find you've got a lovely mortise joint. Isn't that great? So that works out really well, and it's absolutely ingenious, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rest and join this four up. I've already got the other one done there. So that's the outside of the box, and as you can see, all those joints fit in really well. There will be reinforcements on the corners as well to hold that, so you don't need to worry if you can see a slight little gap just at the moment. But we'll go ahead and do the next bit. And if you see on the instructions here, it shows you that you can use these little pieces to make legs, and there's a base and all sorts of things, but I've gone ahead and I've already cut some of these out. So for the legs, we'll need to use, just show you it here, these two little dies. So you can see here that these are for decoration on the legs, but if you cut out 4 of these and 4 of these, they go together and make not only a leg but a little support for the box as well. So they're very, very simple to put together. I have cut 4 of these ones and I've cut 4 of these, but I've also gone ahead and cut some of the glitter card and glued it on here already. So all you need to do now is take this one and score it along, fold it along the score line, and where these little tabs fold over, just put a little bit of glue on and hold that together for a second or two. Easy peasy. And that will give you this little shape. And I'll set that there. And it's basically just the same thing here, except you don't have the top one to hold together as well. So fold down there, and then across here you'll put some glue on this part and fold that over. So that is basically the leg, and then this piece is the reinforcement. But not only is it the reinforcement for the leg, it actually gives you the shelf for the main body of the box to sit on. So what you want to do now then is put glue just on the bottom and the 2 sides, but not the top, just like that, and push that in there, and that reinforces that whole leg area and gives you this little shelf. So you'll see here that it fits on like this, with this part of the box then resting on this little shelf the whole way around. So now you'll see from this large layering set that the second size in, that's not this outside one because that's the lid, it's the next size in, cuts out, and this is the base for the little box, the large box actually, and then this shape here with the points at two ends are going to be the little shelf areas to set the box on. So you cut 4 of these out and score and fold them in half. Then we will bring the box in, and you'll be gluing one part of this the whole way around. You can see it there. I'll show it to you in a second or two, but maybe just move it along to this side where you can see better. So the back edge of this where it's folded will get glued onto the edge of the box the whole way around. We'll do that on the 4 sides, and then on this bottom area we'll be gluing that and adding the base in. You can see they're little semicircular dies here, and they've got a little score line in the centre, and these are for cutting out this little shape, and the tiny pieces inside then that I've cut out with the the turquoise lake glitter card, you just glue on top of that and fold them, and those are going to be the little reinforcements for the corners, and they will go directly above where the legs go on. So I'll show you here how I've already got 3 of them on, and they will look like this. But what we're going to do then is take the corner, we'll put glue in here, I'm going to glue that on there, and then this little piece gets glued on here. Some decorative dies in a long narrow shape with a little nick out of each corner, a little rounded area, and those are going to be used to decorate along here. And I've cut out some plain ones for along the bottom to go like this, and I've used this one, and I'm going to glue those along here the whole way around. I've used this large die to cut out the lid. That gives me this shape, and I just need to fold all these around, and you can see there that's where the corners are. To decorate it, I have used the dies from the layering set, this size along with the patterned one, and then I've taken the one with the little dotted edge and I've cut that out, and that has created this beautiful frame. I've used those 3 together, and that has created this beautiful frame. Then I've got this piece left because I used an inner die to cut the outside of that. That's this one, and I don't need that piece anymore, but that can be used for a card or something. But I just wanted some white space here, and then I've done exactly the same thing as I've done there with the rest of these pattern dies, because these are verso and don't have any edges on them, so they cut the pattern in, and I've used this beautiful one as well for the centre, and now I'm going to glue those on. But for around the outside of this, I have taken the other die, I have cut out 4 of those in white, and then I've cut a little strip myself. There's not a die for this, but I thought I'd like some glitter card on it, so I've cut 1 centimetre wide by 16 centimetres long. I've glued that on top, and then all I need to do is fold this little tab in, and then that will get glued directly on here. The tab will get glued on here, and then each one will get added. You'll glue that over the top of the tab, and you'll work your way right around the edges of the lid, and that will give you the reinforcement and the decoration around the sides of it. And I'll show you that when I have that done. But while the lid is flat and I haven't got those edges on, that's the time to glue this. It's the box finished. It's all decorated the whole way around. Probably I didn't really need to do this, but I just thought that looked really nice. I cut some strips of glitter card, the size just to match on the inside there, and put it on, and then I reinforced the bottom with another piece of white card just to make that a little bit sturdier. It probably wasn't really crucial, but I thought when I'd gone to all the trouble of making such a lovely box that that would be nice on the inside as well. And there's the little lid. Now in the die set there's another little box that can be made. You can use it on its own, or you can use it inside this one, and you'll see the instructions on the second sheet here. So I've gone ahead, there are actually two types. It says here there's an enclosed box and an open top box. So I have decided to go for the enclosed one, and I have used the dies that it shows you here. You've got to cut out one of two of them here. That's this one and this one, because this is the base then for that. Then we have this one, you can see it there, and this one, and these are the sides, and I have them all cut out there, but I'll not take these off the sheet. But you can see there, it's glaring a bit, you can see there that these are decorative elements that will fit inside these ones. So I have cut these out in white, all of these shapes to the exact amount that it says on there. That's the base, this is the top, and these are the sides. And then I've cut the pattern out in the glitter card and gone ahead and already attached that. So here are the pieces that I have. That's the base, just plain as it is, it doesn't need anything else. And then the sides, and I've added the pattern on there and here, and then on the top, on the handle part, not the handle part, sorry, the lid part as well. So I'll go ahead and first of all, sorry, I should say, when you're attaching these, you'll notice that there's a little lip on one side, and that will go on here. Just remember, if you're putting your decorative parts on top before you actually glue these, that there's a right way and a wrong way then. So if the tabs are all facing to the left, then you'll know that that's the top part, and you'll have the base of your pattern then down below there. So we will reinforce all these score lines and attach them all together. Now I'm just going to put glue on these tabs and glue this part on here. For the little closure for this box, you will need to cut out this die shape once, this one once, and this one twice. Now you won't actually need the outside of that twice, but you will need the little inside pieces. So I have also used this die along with this one and created this pattern. I'm going to glue that on top, and the layering will be this one on top of this one on, going on top of that one, and then this one. And you'll see from in behind there that it's different steps down differently. So what you want then is to glue all those together, and watching where this little line is, you will glue that on here, and then the other side you will glue these two little fallout pieces together and glue them in there, and then when the two go together, that will form a little closure. that's the two finished projects now. So you can see that, I'll just hold this up and show you how that fits in. So this little part actually fits in behind here when you close that, and it holds the little box closed. And you've got two different boxes, and this one can actually fit inside here. I also thought that it might be nice to use the little frame in here as well. You could glue that down and just give an extra little decorative feature inside. But I actually think this is so nice on its own, I would like to keep this little box separate. So that is really, really nice. Now I have noticed as well that I could have made a card with this. I could also have used plenty of those other dies to do lots of other things with. There's loads and loads of ideas. Also, you can stack these. You'll see on the instruction sheet here that you can use the semicircle dies and attach them to the sides here and use them as a support for putting a second box or a second layer on top, and use these as stackable boxes. That's another idea as well. So I hope you really like these. I've really enjoyed, once I got the hang of the first part there, I really enjoyed making those. And if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again very soon. I will have the affiliate links for all of these products down below as well if you're interested in that. So thank you very, very much in the meantime, and see you soon. Well, I thought I had finished, but I decided to come back again and just make a card with some of the pieces from the die set as well. So this is the frame that I showed you earlier on, and then I have taped these two dies together to give me this shape out of the glitter card. Now, as you can see, there's a little pattern up here, but I wanted to put this diagonally on the card and not just set it straight back in again. So what I've done is I've taken a slight little sliver off the whole way around so that that fits in diagonally, and it wouldn't do that if I hadn't just trimmed it slightly with my guillotine. So that's this top layer. Then I have used this die, the smaller one with the same little pattern on the edges. I've cut it out in white and layered it on here, and I've also cut it out in the glitter card with this little die in the centre this time, and that makes a beautiful card. So really, I think that gives you fantastic value for money when you can do lots of things like that with the one die set. So I'm going to glue all that together in a moment or two, and you'll see it in the photos at the end. But a large box and a small box and a card and so much more. Okay, thanks again, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.